Hello, my Panda pals. Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of recapping Happily Ever After, Season 8, Episode 15. So let's get right into it. Sit down, buckle up, and let's go for a ride. Let's head on over to Kobe and Emily. It is finally time for their Cameroonian wedding celebration. Emily chooses to go the traditional Cameroonian route with her hair and makeup, and she looks gorgeous. Emily tells her mom that despite Kobe being in a relationship when he knocked her up, that was once upon a time. She's gonna leave the past in the past, and it does not change the way that she feels about him. Kobe is getting ready with his father, who asks him why his friends aren't here helping him get ready.
On a un petit souci, sont arrivés dans notre relation. Ils se disent que peut-être Emily me manque de respect, qu'elle ne me traite pas comme une femme africaine.
He goes on to say that he told his friends not to come to the wedding if they do not support his marriage to Emily. And his dad doesn't respond other than to say that he knows God is in control, which I'm interpreting as him saying everything is gonna work out the way that God intends it to, because I don't really know what else it could mean. I do wonder with this whole interaction if Kobe's father kind of feels the same way about Emily, and maybe he's just better at holding his tongue about it, which I hope that's not the case because his family does seem a lot more accepting, but they are also very traditional, so who knows? Kobe's sisters all pick Emily up so that they can escort her to her wedding. Kobe tells us that while American weddings are fun, there ain't nothing that can compare to a Cameroonian wedding. Kobe is sad that his friends are not present to celebrate, but Emily walks in and he doesn't have time to linger on these sad feelings because she is stunning.
Watching Emily dancing, this most beautiful woman, I'm like, wow.
As the two are sitting, basking in each other's awesomeness,
I'm working hard.
Valerie and company enter the celebration hall. Emily is immediately nervous, and that nervousness only grows as Valerie heads up to the stage to grab the microphone and offers the pair a toast.
I know we had some worried with our culture. She will not be able to make our brother here very happy.
So they leave us on a little cliffhanger with the speech. So we'll see what the rest of that toast says later. I'm sure he's like, oh, but we accept you, because he has to. Let's check in with Rob and Sophie. Sophie's off packing her things, and Rob gets some unwanted advice from one of his biggest fans.
I think the most healthiest thing right now is a few days to really work out what you want.
This is a surprisingly calm conversation between the two of them, especially considering how heated things often are when they interact with each other. Claire explains that she knows it feels like the two of them are running around in circles, but Sophie is going to her friends so that she can have some space to heal and just feel her feelings.
I said to her, you just need to be still. I know it sounds corny, but it's like in the silence is where you get the answers.
Ooh, I really like that. In the silence is where you'll find your answers. Honestly, I think there's a lot of truth in that. I mean, I recall being young in toxic relationships and like crying in my car, and in my heart, I knew that I was unhappy and I should leave. But obviously, knowing that you have to leave and actually leaving are two very different things.
I don't really believe that she's going to, weigh all the pros and cons on our relationship. Like, she's not gonna do that.
Of course she's weighing the pros and cons. That's why she keeps flip-flopping back and forth on whether she wants to stay or not.
Something's got to change. Like, you look really sad, she's sad.
I'm sad because my wife is always leaving.
Claire tells Rob that there are two sides to every story, and Rob tells her that he does not think Claire or Sophie have ever stopped to think about his side at all, which is facts. It's just facts. Neither of them have put themselves in his shoes. On some level, I do understand it is very hard to empathize with a person who hurt you, especially when that person has yet to take accountability for what they did and also really hasn't prioritized your healing from the wounds that they caused.
Sophie has always been taken care of.
No, she hasn't. She'd ring me and go, I'm starving. Can you send me some food? You'd go crazy because she ate one of your cereal bars.
So you're gonna...
So apparently, Sophie was really hungry one day and ate all of the granola bars in the house, and Rob got super mad at her and told her that she needs to be more considerate of him because the granola bar is the only thing that he grabs in the morning so that he can eat something on his way to work. And then Sophie gets mad at him and starts accusing him of being controlling of what she can and cannot eat.
Are you going over the granola bars?
Well, I didn't even...
I was hungry. I wanted
about
some granola bars.
She brought it up, and it's like I was...
So this exact situation happened to me and my partner. My partner will sometimes grab a Pop-Tart before he goes to work so he has something to eat. And one day I ate the last one, and then I didn't think anything of it. He comes home from work the next day and he confronts me and says he's really upset that I ate the last Pop-Tart. And my initial reaction was very similar to Sophie's. I was like, what's the big deal? It's a Pop-Tart. I was hungry, so I ate it. And then he tells me he did not know that there were no Pop-Tarts, so he went to work hungry. At that point, I was like, oh, okay, I am understanding the negative impact that my actions have on him. So I apologized and I said, if there is one Pop-Tart left, I will either not eat it, or if I want to eat it, I'll either let you know so you can pick up a new box, or I'll just go out and buy a new box myself to replace it. All this to say, I get both sides. I get why Sophie is thinking, it's just a Pop-Tart, I should be able to eat something in my house, get over it, right? Because I thought that too initially. But I also get why Rob is upset. She is being inconsiderate of him because she's not realizing the way that her actions have negatively impacted him. The thing that I get hung up on in this is that Rob does want Sophie in this situation to take accountability and be considerate of his feelings. And that's absolutely valid. However, he will not do that for her.
This is what you need to reflect on.
I would like to... I know what I need to reflect on. You don't need to tell me
figure out if who I am as a person is somebody you can be with.
Sophie gets upset and she leaves when Rob tells her that she needs to be the one to take the time to reflect on what she wants. Rob tells us Sophie leaving is absolutely ridiculous. He is not perfect, but she's asking him to change who he is fundamentally as a person in order for her to stay.
It feels like there are things that Sophie is needing me to change, like my actual personality, and I can't do that.
Rob chases after her to say that he has said he's sorry so many times, but she just will not listen to him. Sophie is speechless and she's like, dude, I'm about to leave you. Why are you focusing on what I need to do to be better when you should be asking what you can do to make me stay?
Tell me what I need to do while you move out.
You should have asked me.
Okay, I didn't ask you.
But you don't see how that's the problem.
Sophie goes on to say that he is the one that has to think about what he can do to show her that he has changed and is actually taking accountability for all of the pain that he caused her. And I know that this situation sounds very much like pot meet kettle, and that's because it kind of is. Sophie also has to work on her ability to take accountability for her actions and be considerate of Rob's feelings. But in my opinion, I think Rob has to do it first. And it's not because I think Rob is wrong or Rob's a man or I'm Team Sophie or whatever. It has nothing to do with that. It is just the order in which the hurt happened. He made the first cut, and that cut needs to heal first before you can address and tackle the ones that came after. If you keep making cuts and not healing them and just saying, yo, let's just move on and I'll just try my best not to cut you in the future, y'all are gonna bleed out. Let's head on over to Angela and Michael. Angela is still screaming about the phone.
Get the phone, get it! Give me my phone, it's mine!
I honestly do not know how Michael has so much self-control. Kudos to him, because I would have thrown that phone right at her stupid face. Security is able to get the phone from Michael, and then they hand it to Angela, whose demeanor immediately shifts. And I am talking like it shifts psychotically fast.
Give me your phone! All right, Michael, calm down. Everything's okay.
Michael is drowning in this bullshit, and he goes back to the hotel, grabs his belongings, and leaves. Angela tells us she has never seen Michael like this before, and they definitely need some time apart from each other, and Michael absolutely agrees.
Let her eat the visa. I don't care anymore. Let her pull it. I don't care. Enough is enough.
Angela is back at her hotel, and she has no idea where Michael's head is at. There is a knock at the door, and it's Michael.
I came back to see my wife because I don't want to lose her. I don't think the marriage is over yet.
Angela says that she is so tired that she's finally ready to hear him out, which is insane to me, that you have to be exhausted from all of the fighting in order to be in a place to be receptive to his words. You were supposed to be receptive in the beginning so that you can avoid all the fighting. What is wrong with you? Anyway, she goes on to ask him the same exact questions she asked before, and Michael goes on to give her the same exact answers he gave her before. And this woman has the audacity to tell him that he should have said all of this before so that they could have avoided all of this fighting.
You see how simple that was? You have to understand how you make me feel. I'm a woman. I don't have balls. I have hormones.
Michael explains that he is not good at expressing his emotions, and so this online group is a group of men who are in a similar situation as him, and he can relate to their struggles of the visa process and the sadness and the depression that they sink into because they are away from their loved one.
When you hold back and not communicate to me, it's a mess. Because I think all kinds of things, and it's all your fault.
I hate her. How can anyone communicate with you if you do not let them get a word in edgewise? This woman needs to be constantly consuming melatonin so that she is in a state where she is sleepy enough that she's actually receptive to letting people talk.
Well, I ain't made a decision. I'm not holding your head, but you can sleep in the bed tonight.
And that, my Panda Pals, is all I have for you today. Huge shout out to all of my Panda patrons. Your support means everything. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you are not subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing and joining this awesome Panda party. I hope to see you guys for the next one. And as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye. That scammer is calling again. I had a call come in once and they were like, oh, do you speak Chinese? And I was like, oh, no, I'm sorry. This isn't a Chinese speaking household. He immediately starts speaking Chinese and I'm like, bro, again, I don't know Chinese. And then he hangs up on me. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish, but f that guy.